3, 2, 1.
Hey everyone, happy St. Patrick's Day, because it's St. Patrick's Day where we are now. How are you tonight, Jeff?
Doing good, you?
Doing good? Good. I'm doing better. Uh,
Good.
Hi to everyone in the chat. We will do a shout out, but I first have to say thank you to Jen Massaro. I had it on the screen the whole time. I hope you guys could see it during the intro too. Yeah, the iPad it's 5 years old. It's doing what it can, but I literally am giving myself stress headaches and anxiety screaming at my iPad to move. It's getting bad. It's getting bad. All right, let's see who we have tonight. I can only see a tiny bit. So if I don't see you, I can't say hi. So maybe say hi again at the bottom so that way I can get you. But so far, we have General Sorrow, of course. Deborah Willard is here. We also have Ken Raz, who jumped in at the bottom. I think I saw a noise guru earlier.
Yeah.
Can you see more than that? Because that's all I can see.
No.
Hey, Michael Fontaine. Michael Fontaine just jumped in.
Hey, Michael Fontaine.
Michael Fontaine is in the chat.
Yeah, that's all I see so far. So you said.
Yeah. And Noise Guru just jumped in at the bottom again. Well, guys, depending on how fast we move through things, we may do 1 or 2 rewinds tonight, but I only have 2 new ones because, like I said, I was not well this week. This week was a very bad week. I'm going to tell you what happened. Basically, I had to prepare for the worst case scenario and take half of my medication because for 3 weeks, Change Health, I think that's what they're called, they process 70% of the insurance payments in the United States. So like when you go to your pharmacy and you use your insurance, that's how the insurance pays, is through Change Health. There's a couple others, but like I said, 70%. And all of the pharmacies in my area use it. So for 3 weeks, they couldn't process your prescription through insurance. You had to pay cash. And my medication that costs $1 without insurance is normally $262. But the pharmacy was going to be nice and do like an employee discount where I only pay $60, but I didn't even have the $60. So I went through the week feeling horrible taking half my medication. And finally, on Thursday, it was fixed. So everything's good now, but I just couldn't get anything done. All I could do was lay in bed. It was bad. And then I have all this other stress going on, which I mentioned on Brian's show last night, having to extend the GoFundMe and increase the amount because of all the bad stuff that just happened. It's all posted. I did an update on the GoFundMe if you want to read it. I also posted the letter, the 15 days to vacate letter. Now, the 15 days to vacate letter that we got the other day is the original from December. So they resent it, certified mail. But it turns out the landlord has no idea why that was sent again. So I'm guessing the diversion program, and he did threaten us that if we didn't make some sort of payment that he was going to resubmit it. So I think him going to the site or doing whatever he did initiated the letter being sent back out. So he unintentionally sent the letter out, I believe. But he did threaten us in a text message. So either way, it's still terrifying, and my stress is through the roof right now. That's all. It's through the roof. And I have a nervous system disorder, so my body doesn't handle stress well. And then having to cut the medication in half, it's just been a horrible week. So I got done when I could. And I definitely had to get one done because I actually have a St. Patty's Day Mandela, I believe. But those are all the updates for now. Jeff, do you have anything you want to say before we get into your segment?
I just want to welcome everybody in the chat.
Yeah, I do see some new people popping in. Preliminal, specifically. Hey, Preliminal.
Hi, Preliminal. Hi, General Sorrow and everybody.
And thank you again to General Sorrow.
Yes, thank you.
All right. So without further ado, we are now going into Jeff's segment. Well, Jeff, what do you have for us tonight? You're already up on the screen.
First, we have gray seal spits water stream at Eagle and first recorded interaction. So a bird watcher on England's Isle of Wight, does that say? Captured a photo of a gray seal spitting a stream of water and a white-tailed eagle, marking the first time the two species have been seen interacting.
Wait a second. I have to interrupt you. You don't know the Beatles?
Huh?
You don't know the Beatles?
Of course I do.
When I'm 64?
Yeah.
Every summer we... Wow, my brain's blanking on the lyrics. Every summer we can meet something in the Isle of Wight if it's not too dear. That's the Isle of Wight.
I don't know the lyrics to that.
Oh, okay. Wow, why can't I think of the word? If anyone knows it in the chat, please let me know, because it's going to drive me crazy the whole show. Hi, Splatter. Welcome.
Hey, Splatter.
Hi, Splatter, you just missed the whole part where I explained I was ill the whole week. I have a huge residue folder from people emailing me stuff. It's going to have to wait until next week. I was so sick all week. It was horrible. I just wanted to let you know. All right, you were at the second part, University of Portsmouth. I didn't mean to interrupt. I just had to mention the Isle of Wight was in the song When I'm 64.
Yeah, I don't listen to them enough to know the lyrics to too many of their songs.
I got you. While you're reading that, I'm going to actually look it up. It's going to drive me crazy.
All right, so University of Portsmouth researchers authored a study detailing the interaction witnessed by birdwatcher Claire Jacobs in Newtown Harbor. Jacobs witnessed a white-tailed eagle swooping down to the surface of the water during high tide and being met by an adult gray seal that emerged directly beneath the raptor. Jacobs said the seal barked a warning at the eagle before letting loose with a stream of water aimed towards the swooping bird. She said the photographs marked multiple firsts for researchers. This is the first record of an interaction between these two top predators and the first report of gray seals using spitting as a means of defense or deterrence against the aerial foe, she said. The spitting may be a strategy to exclude white-tailed eagles from competing for prey as they're in direct competition for fish resources. I never heard of them doing that before.
I've never heard of them doing it either, and neither is Preliminal. Never heard of this. And it was from Noise Guru and General Sorrow. Every summer we can rent a cottage in the Isle of Wight if it's not too dear. Thank you, guys. I don't know why I was blanking on that. But I was.
So that lyric is in the song When I'm 64?
Yeah. It's where he goes really fast. Every summer we can rent a cottage in the Isle of Wight if it's
I never heard that lyric in that song before, ever.
We shall scrimp and save. Grandchildren on your knee. Vera, Chuck, and Dave. That's that chunk of song. Can you zoom in on the picture? It's hard to see the spitting, but it's literally a stream of water being spit straight up at it. This is just a photo someone got, and it's the first time it's been seen, so.
So it looks like that's it for that one.
Yes, that's I've never known them to be able to spit like that. Hey, Super Mario Brothers.
Super Mario Brothers.
Same, it's been a while since I've heard the actual song. Been a while. Reminds me of another song. If Philo was here, she'd be singing it. All right, guys. We have a demon. You may have to play it a couple times. I need you guys to look in the top right-hand corner of the video.
En TikTok comenzó a viralizarse un video en el que se observa a una aterradora
It's in Mexico,
criatura.
so it's in Spanish. I think they go slower here. They do, so you can see it. Just keep an eye on the top right-hand corner. Right there. I have pictures to make it easier for you.
Whoa.
Did you see it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if you guys didn't see it, like I said, I have screenshots to show you exactly what we're seeing. How about you show them the screenshots, then go back to the video? It might make it easier to see. And you can zoom in on the screenshots. It's so dark. But you see the white eyes?
I really think you need to zoom. You can see it pretty clear.
On my screen, I can't see anything because it's so small.
Oh, I can see it better.
Hi, Angels Don't Fall.
The angels don't fall. All right, let's go back to the video now. Mute that.
So it seems to pop up right before the boy jumps from behind the rock. I'm assuming it says, "What is that?" I don't know Lo Viesco or Lo Vieste. It's so hard to see. So if you guys want to see it, go to Flickr. You can see it closer up. Because you can see it when I was making the slide, I could see it, but it's really hard to see because it's so dark. It looks like black smoke with white eyes.
Yep.
And we have quite a bit to show. But you see how fast we're going through these? Like, this is why I'm saying we might do 1 or 2 rewinds, because we're flying through these already. What's a bandito? General Zero says maybe a bandito. You mean like just a bandit?
Pretty much. I think that's what it means. I've heard the word before. There's a song I listened to that has that in it.
So look what's back, everyone. Yeah, Jeff, you have to read it.
Welsh hiker says mysterious monolith on hillside almost looks like a UFO. Not again. More monoliths may be incoming. A mysterious silver monolith has been found on a Welsh hillside, evoking memories of when similar structures appeared around the world in 2020. Richard Haynes said he was out for a run on Hay Bluff near Hay on Wye, Pow, whatever that says, Pow, when he came across the 10-foot tall metal monolith. The column is similar to a monolith discovered in the southwest Utah desert in 2020. The monolith was followed by further discoveries in locations including California, Texas, Florida, Wisconsin, Romania, and England's Isle of Wight. An anonymous art collective called The Most Famous Artist later took credit for several of the US-based monoliths. No one has come forward to claim responsibility for the Welsh monolith.
How ironic that the Isle of Wight is mentioned there as well.
Right?
So the video is going to play while you can read. There's no sound. I don't know what's happening in the video. Okay. I think it basically says the same thing. It's the second article.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you can read what he's saying. He's basically saying it looks like it was placed there, not that it like it literally fell from the sky and went straight through the ground. Like there's no disturbance around it.
It's just kind of randomly there.
Mm-hmm. Hey, RRFTV, welcome. Isn't it ironic, don't you think? Exactly, Noise Guru. And that's it for that one. Just let you know, monoliths may be reappearing again. He said there weren't footprints, but that's probably from them walking around it, and they've cordoned it off, and there's soldiers with guns. So it's I would say that's a little suspicious. Just God playing with his pets.
Yeah.
And preliminary, here's where it might be a UFO. So you're looking for red trails moving in weird patterns, just to give you a heads up. I did take a screenshot of one. Fantastic.
So a time-lapse video recorded over the Outer Banks has ignited a new round of debate over the possibility of UFOs frequenting North Carolina's Barrier Islands. Photographer Wes Snyder posted the 2-minute video on YouTube February 18th, noting it was created from a 3-hour time-lapse of the Milky Way, as seen from Frisco's famous flying saucer-shaped Futuro home. However, Snyder got more than he bargained after compiling the photos into a video. I seem to have captured some strange unidentified red trails, he posted on YouTube. Can you tell me what these are? These appeared for about 30 minutes during my 3-hour time-lapse. The video, which has gotten thousands of views, was recently featured on the syndicated TV show Just This Minute, which said the mysterious lights seemed to fit the real definition of unidentified flying objects. See those little squiggly lines running through his time-lapse? The show's host, Nick Calderon, asked, "Planes don't fly like that." So here's the video.
Oh, I was telling you, if you can go back, because I don't think you can zoom in on a video, just so that they can see it easier. Go back and let them like zoom in on the picture in the center. So these are what the red trails look like, and some of them like are really squiggly. They're not just like so it's not like a meteor. You know what I'm saying? Like they just streak across the sky. You do see meteors streaking across the sky in that video, but these red ones are doing weird things in the sky. It's hard to see in the video. So again, if you want to see it more closely, I did give you the information. Can you tell them the YouTube channel? should be in the list. I'm going to post the links to these videos in the description after the show, but you can always go to my Flickr and look at these slides up close.
Hi, Mustard Seed of Faith.
Hey, Mustard Seed of Faith, welcome.
What's the YouTube channel?
It should be there on the list that I gave you.
Oh.
Okay, so the demon, just go back. The seals came from UPI.com. The demon behind a boy came from the YouTube channel El Pantheon. The monolith came also from UPI.com. The red trail UFOs come from YouTube channel Wes Snyder Photography.
Yep.
And the next one comes from TikTok. The TikTok channel is in the left-hand corner when you show it. It is. Happy St. Patrick's Day. I was saying I have a St. Patrick's Day Mandela effect tonight. I think it's the first one in the community. I don't think there's any other St. Patty's Day Mandela effects. Unless there's ones I'm not aware of. I haven't been watching too many Mandela effect videos recently.
So I got that next one ready to go.
I know, it wasn't going in. I kept trying, it wasn't doing anything. So dog vanishes into thin air. Can you read that? That's too small for me. It's Travis something. What channel is that on TikTok? Travis. Is it Bishop?
Travis Bishop.
All right, guys. Now there is sound. We need to hear the sound, I think.
Ooh,
Look at the dog.
good boy.
Solid. Looks real. He's touching him.
Cute. Hey, dude. You're a good boy. It's dangerous out here, man. You're on a blind corner. Probably belongs over there. Where'd you go, little dude? What the hell? He's gone.
In the middle of nowhere, he's gone.
Ooh.
Well, the thing I'll say to that is we weren't looking at where the dog was, and then he panned back over to it. So I don't know.
Well, the comments were saying even if the dog sprinted, you would see dust kick up. You would see some sort of something. You would see something. But there's always video editing, everyone. I think I say it on the next slide. Is there a next slide?
No.
Oh, I didn't include it. What does it say, the white text on the screen?
So I come from around a blind corner to find this little guy in the middle of the road. I was going to take him elsewhere, but look what happens next.
All right, so I'm going to give you more context to this. A little bit farther up the road, there was a huge car crash. And the comments are speculating this was his guardian angel preventing him from being involved in that car crash. That it stopped him just enough so that he was safe. The other theories are the dog died in that car crash. Those are the theories. Because the people were saying if the dog ran away, you would see dust kick up. You would see it somewhere. You would see movement because it's open. But again, he could have spliced the video.
Yeah.
So I'm just showing you what was posted. Hey, Go-Kart Bob.
There you go,
The criminal
Carl.
said it's an angel dog. The dog didn't prevent a crash. The dog prevented him from being a part of the crash, possibly. It was up ahead, and driving a motorcycle, he speculated that he would have been part of that crash had he continued on his path and not stopped for the dog. And maybe he did escape from the car. If it's not a ghost or a guardian angel dog, if it's an actual dog that's alive that got away, maybe he did escape from the car crash and he was looking for help. Or she. Yep. Nice Guru says angel dog with mustard and onion. All right, this one, there's a comment on the screen. Read that first.
Your dog saw it before you did. Can you try slowing down the video with contrast? A commenter asks for contrast, so I took the liberty of doing so.
So, not this part though. This is the original video. It's hard to see. The next, I didn't slow it down, but I did add contrast, and then I took pictures. The pictures do nothing. So really play this a couple times so they can see it. You're looking before the bonfire, so to the left of the bonfire. It's already over with. It's going to cycle through again. All right, so we're watching the dog. The dog sees something. Right here. Look before the bonfire. You're going to see a smoky thing walking. See it?
Yeah.
So the next slide has the video with, I took the colors out and raised the contrast. And I think you can see it better on video here. Not a lot better, but a little bit better. Can you guys in the chat see it? General Sara sees it. I think I play it twice. Yeah.
Yeah.
It does look like somebody's walking into the fire.
Yeah.
And like I said, I tried taking screenshots, but they're horrible. Go to the next one. You'll see it. It just looks like, maybe it looks like, I kind of see on the left, if you can zoom in, a white face with long hair.
The more I zoom, the less I see it.
Exactly.
If it weren't for the dog, I'd think this was fake. Screenshots don't show much. And in the video, I saw that very clearly.
Yep.
It looked like a ghost walking through the fire there.
Yes, it does. And that came, oh, you're still showing it? I took you out. There you go. Okay. That one came from Newsweek.com. And the next one, the final one, comes from multiple sources, but mostly the news in Connecticut. Has anyone in the chat ever heard of Moodus? Jeff, have you ever heard of Moodus? Have you heard of this?
No.
Yeah, I haven't either. You're ready to go.
Should I read it first or play it first?
I would read it.
I find it strange that a phenomenon that's been happening for centuries needs to be pointed out on the news. That people in the area don't know what it is. that they haven't figured out the cause in hundreds of years.
And shaking rattled East Hampton this morning. It's what geologists call Moodus noises. It's really cool, too. And joining us now live in that area is Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Eliza Krasinski to break down and explain all of this. Eliza.
Hi, Stephanie. Well, they're called Moodus noises, like you said. They were reported coming from this area, the East Haddam, East Hampton, and Moodus areas, this general region. Now, the town of East Hampton says they had reports of a loud noise and shaking around 9 o'clock earlier this morning. Now, personally, I have never heard these or felt the shaking, but people do tell me. I had to ask a few people around town today, and they do tell me it you can hear a loud boom and it feels like an earthquake. But the thing is, it's heard on and off for centuries. However, this isn't really an earthquake zone. We spoke with a geologist who says it's clear they're due to crustal stress down in the Earth's crust and is associated with micro earthquakes. They're random. They come and go as they please, on and off every few decades. So we really don't know when we're going to hear the next one. It could be next week. It could be in 10 years. And no one can really pinpoint exactly where these are coming from.
It's a thick crust, a thick, strong, cold continental crust that might be 25 miles thick below us. And there's just lots of pressure on it. And so it's like a crunching going on down there.
It does give the kids, something exciting to talk about, and you wonder, what it is. Moodus, East Haddam's a neat town, so it's full of mysteries and backwoods and caves, so it's a lot of fun.
It is very, very interesting. I'm just learning about this today. Another interesting tidbit is that the noises come from the same place. Connecticut's biggest earthquake happened back in 1791. For now, reporting live in Moodus, Eliza Krasinski.
Reports of noise
All right,
and shaking
stop. I need to say
rattled.
something. She just said this is not a big earthquake area. And then goes on to say the biggest earthquake, and then there's other reports that it is a big earthquake area. So which is it? But I just find it weird.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. She contradicted herself.
Correct. And I just find it weird that this has been going on for centuries and locals don't know what it is and they've never heard of it before.
You would think
they
the locals
talk about it on the news. Right.
The locals always know about stuff like that.
Exactly. And it's been described as thunder, large booms like explosion sounds, grinding. And here's the kicker. There is no audio recordings of this. It's been happening for centuries, and there's not a single recording of it. So I do have a sound recording coming up of what an earthquake sounds like that sounds similar to how they describe it. So go on.
Take you to East Hampton, where some loud booms and rumblings have got people talking. Everyone there trying to figure out the source of those mysterious noises.
NBC Connecticut's Jeremy Chen has reaction and a closer look at what may have caused this.
In a town known for its bells, people didn't hear ringing this morning, but rather booms or rumbling, depending on who you're talking to. The town says it's most likely the Moodus noises.
I just heard this huge boom and the house kind of shook. And it sounded like something had hit the house.
It was a startling moment for Kimber Parada hearing a loud noise at her East Hampton home.
My dog was like in the center of the room shaking. So she had heard it too.
Others in town feeling the same thing.
It was like the floor was shaking a little bit and you could just you could hear the rumbling.
That led to a lot of chatter on social media.
When everyone was a buzz about it. Oh, we all felt it. Did you feel it? So it's been the topic of the day.
The town of East Hampton says the sounds were likely the Moodus noises, which are attributed to seismic activity near East Haddam. People in town say they're familiar with that.
As long as I've been alive, I've always heard of it.
Parada says this isn't the first time she's heard them.
It's been like a rumble. I guess there have been ones like this, but I've never heard or experienced anything like that before.
Town officials say they went around town and found no specific issues or problems. Reporting in East Hampton, Jeremy Chen, NBC Connecticut.
I hope that NBC and ABC and them don't, strike my channel for sharing this. So just read the top and then the bottom before you play it.
Okay. I just thought it was interesting that in the town of Moodus, Connecticut, there was a preserve called Bernstein, one of the variations some remember for Berenstain. So there's Bernstein.
So they have a
Reserve.
Bernstein Reserve. I just found that weird. That's all.
This is the closest reference I could find to the sound. In the centuries it's been happening, no one has recorded it.
And like I said, that was the best sound I could find based off how they described it. Who jumped in? Someone jumped in the chat. I thought someone. Oh, Honest Hunter O'Brien. Welcome. And that's it for that one. That's it for the news. Thank you, Jeff.
You're welcome.
So we have 2 new ones. Do you want to? It's not going to take anywhere near an hour. Do you want to do a couple rewinds first?
Let's do the new ones first.
Do the new ones first? Okay.
Yeah.
I may have to give context to the St. Patty's Day one, so do you mind doing the skeleton one, or you want me to do both? What do you want me to do?
I'll do this one, I
Skeleton?
guess. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Our rib cage is different from my memory again. I can't wait to see what you remember because this looks absolutely ridiculous to me. So here's the left and the right. Take a good look at these 2 close-ups. Which one is closer to your memory of the human body?
So guys, I know it says left and right, and it's really top and bottom, but I thought it was going to be a left and right thing, but I had to make it top and bottom. So just go with left and right, please. So preliminary says left.
Yep, me too.
You heard that too, Germal Sorrow, that like the final form of everything is a crab? That's the new theory. The final form of all sea creatures is crab. Like they'll eventually all evolve into crabs. There could be, hey David, aka Logan Freeman. I don't usually cover them because I was raised Catholic and I do not know the Bible as well as others. I know, like, the big stuff like the Lord's Prayer, the 10 Commandments, the Beatitudes, stuff like that, but I don't know Bible verses like other people do. So unless someone brings something to me, I don't usually cover them. I'm not against covering them. I just don't know them well enough. Okay, so Splatter says no idea. It's okay if you don't know. Bottom right for General Sorrow. Hey, Grand Tour Richard is here. Welcome. Who says left?
Welcome, Grand Tour Richard.
David, aka Logan Freeman, says left. Sorry, Jeff. Did I say preliminary said left? Left
Yeah.
of me, yes. So Deborah does not know, and that's okay. Preliminary says those bones between the collarbone and the neck weren't there. That's the issue I have. It's good to see you. All right. Which one for you, Jeff?
Left.
It's right now.
Of course it is. In my past, it was left. I do not remember the rib cage extending up over the clavicle bone like it does now. Do you remember this?
So I decided to try something different this time. Instead of just showing you pictures, I photoshopped and I showed you the Photoshop. So it's going to be a video. You can read it while it's playing. Not yet.
I also do not remember half of the rib cage being cartilage. Do you? It was mostly bone in my past, but that is not the case.
So, chat. Can you zoom in on the, like, near the red line on the left? I want them to see the line. You see the line in the bones? Go up a little bit. See the lines in the middle of the ribs?
Yeah.
That's the cartilage line. So everything in the middle is cartilage. Do you guys remember this? Yes or no? So David says, mostly bone. I agree.
Yeah.
That's a lot of cartilage. I know. You can zoom out now and let them see how much cartilage again. It does have well, this is someone's drawing, so I have to see an actual bones. Grand Tour Richard says no way.
And I agree.
Why is it called the breastbone if it's breast cartilage?
Yeah. Good point.
So I photoshopped it, like I was saying. I'm going to show you the difference between the first time it was Mandelaed and how I remember it. That should be the next slide. Oh no, first I got the residue. I'm just totally off here, sorry. So here is current reality with the extra bones at the top that I don't remember. I can't even feel them. I feel my shoulder blades and I feel my clavicle bones. I don't feel rib cage bones here, but they're saying they're there, so I just thought it was spine. My spine. David, things, I think we shift a lot, and every time we shift, things get altered again. I have things that have been altered like 4, 5, 6 times now. And frequently, like for example, Snow White, that was the first time I had to give 3 options because people remember 3 different things. It hasn't been 2 for years for me. Yes, I already covered the sternum. The sternum it has like 15,000 different things with it. It's shaped differently. It's got an extra piece that I've never heard of. It's completely wrong.
And when we've shown this stuff before, we never saw it.
I know.
Yeah, that looks really weird. Wrong.
It looks absolutely wrong. And that's what Go-Kart Bob says. That picture is wrong.
So moving on here.
I haven't dissected anyone either, but these are the you know, the skeletal models that they sell for science classes and labs and things like that. So I think they're pretty accurate, as well as a couple of scans. Nice clavicle, says Nice Guru. Holy crap, says David. Just glad I have ribs. Me too.
The body changes are the ones that I never mention to too many people because they'd really think I'm crazy. But they're very real.
Yeah. You mean the one that goes like I don't know the exact words though. Like the leg bone is connected to the hip bone, that one.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the song you're referring to, Super Mario? I don't remember the words. Not that I'm aware of, but there's so many Mandela effects. They sing hi ho wrong. It's spelled wrong now. Jeff found that one.
Yeah, that one.
Snow White's. Yeah, Snow White's casket thing now has her name written on it. I don't remember that. I carved into the wood. Her puff sleeves were yellow for me. For a lot of people, they were white, but they've always been a blue that doesn't match any blue in the dress and has a brown band. Like the band between the puff and her arm, it's brown. It used to be the same color as the puff. So there's, and some people remember her eyes different color. So there's been a lot of Mandela effects with Snow White. I don't know if there's any with the dwarves yet. So here's the video. If you watch it, I'm going to show you. Right now you're looking at my reality. That's the best I could do. I was working with the drawing that I had. So I edited it closest to the way I remember. And you're going to see it flip-flop between the first time it was Mandela'd and the way I remember it. So go ahead, Jeff. You can hit play. So the way I remember it, the first time it was Mandela'd. That's edited right now. The first time it was Mandela'd is edited. And now it's, what are we saying here? It's the same thing. What's going on? Oh, don't tell me I didn't put the right video up. Is there another slide for the video?
I don't know if there's video. Let's see. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So this should be the one where it goes between the last time it was Mandela to current reality. So pause. Oh, wait. This is the first time it was Mandela. When it gets whiter, that's the current reality. So play it again. Current reality is whiter. It's got the cartilage and the extra bones at the top. So you can see the difference.
Hi, Barbara.
Hi, Barbara. Hi, Ryagami.
Hi, Ryagami.
Good to see you guys. All right, and then the final slide, there's going to be a video with pictures. The video is what I remember to current reality, so it's a bigger jump. It's smaller, though, the video. It's in the top right while you read.
So what do you think? Are you affected by the skeletal Mandela effect? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.
So you can see, like, it's a major difference. That is a major difference. It was not like this for me at all. I don't remember half of our rib cage being cartilage.
No.
I don't remember the extra ribs going up into the neck like that. And there's also, do you see, can you zoom in? You can't zoom. Guys,
No.
look at the bottom left image post ME #1. See the little spike at the top?
Yeah.
I don't remember the spike there either.
Me either.
I took it out in the pre-ME. And it got cut off in the now. It's still there. Yeah, actually, if you look at the the video that's playing in the top right, you'll see that the bottom ribs disappear because I took them out because I don't remember those things pointing straight down. I opened the rib cage like it used to be and turned everything to bone instead of cartilage. And I took the top ribs out from the neck. That is how I remember the rib cage. Well, Barbara, this is someone's drawing. So that's why I said take it with a grain of salt. I just edited their drawing as close as I could to how I remember it. But Jeff, let's get on to the new one. So we have one more new one tonight. And then we'll give you a couple rewinds. We'll let you guys pick it. And then we're going to have to call it a night. I'm sorry, guys. I have a show tomorrow night with Hebrew on Shifty Sunday. And for those of you that weren't here in the beginning, I was severely ill all week. So I didn't get anything done. Everything was pretty much done tonight. With the exception of the news segment. So I only got 2 done tonight. Hold on 1 second, Jeff. I had to call. All right, everyone. I'm not sure if this is a Mandela effect or if this is a case of a centuries-old telephone game that evolved over time. What I can say is, what I am about to show you, I have never heard of or seen before. Now, really quickly, before I go further, in the chat, do you know it? Why is there? No, you're good. You can go to the next slide. I just need to ask everyone. Do you know what the telephone game is? Yes or no in the chat. It's a children's game. I may have to give a little description. Well, technically tonight, but you know what I mean. Technically it's tonight, Sunday night, Shifty Sunday. So General Sorrow knows, and so does Barbara. That's good. But for those of you that don't know, it's like when kids sit in a row and one of them makes up a sentence and they whisper it to one kid and then they pass it down the line whispering it to each other. And usually from beginning to end, the sentence changes. Is that what happened here? I don't know. I think I show a picture of the telephone game coming up, but let me read the question first. Question 1. This is an old Mandela effect, but it's relevant. So I'm asking again, did rainbows end on the ground for you? Or were they circles that we couldn't see from the ground? So write ground or circle in the chat. What do you remember from before the Mandela effect? Jeff, what do you remember being taught in school? Jeff, you there?
Yeah.
Which do you remember being taught in school? If they were circles or that they ended on the ground?
Ended on the ground.
Okay, so that's weird. I was taught they were circles. I was always taught they were circles.
No, I never heard that.
Yeah.
Philo Fire.
Chat. Hey, Philo. In the chat, Jehovah's daughter Barbara says they ended on the ground. Whereas Guru just says beef. Philo remembers them always being arcs. I think they end before the circle connects, though, says General Sorrow. Wait. Barbara says they had a pot of gold on the ground at each end.
Mm-hmm.
Rainbows faded from just above the ground, says Preliminal. They're also talking about Snow White. That's why I'm jumping around here. Deborah Willard remembers them landing on the ground. I can't click Philo. There we go. Now I can. Welcome, Jason Hackett.
Welcome, Jason.
Let's see. All right. So arcs. Philomil says arcs, yes, and rainbows move location while you're driving. Well, because the rainbow you see based upon your location. But they said that if we could get above the horizon, it's actually a full circle. Like it's from an airplane or a helicopter. And yes, DD74. All right, so here's the thing. In my reality, I was taught in school that if we could get above the horizon, we would see that a rainbow is a full circle. But because we have, you know, ground and trees and buildings and stuff in front of us, we can only see part of it. So it looks like an arc. It's fine if you guys have a different memory and I have the current memory. It's fine. There's a round one right there. Can you read the top, Jeff? I can't see that.
Rainbows actually don't have an end that meets the ground, and from the right angle actually form full circles. We just see them as beginning and ending because of our perspective.
I covered this in 2019. Rainbows were circles in my past. They couldn't have an end like the song from Rudolph. We all pretend that rainbows have an end. And this article above mentions it, which you just read. However, you guys have the current reality. Yes, I've covered them too. Rainbows around the sun and the moon. Yeah, Jeff, you can go on. But in this reality, which you guys all have the current reality, they can end. They can be stood in and driven through. This was not possible in my past. That being said, like I said, that was just necessary because it was relevant. Question 2. In Celtic tradition, what is found at the end of the rainbow? I want you to be specific. What is found at the end of a rainbow? In Celtic tradition. So preliminal just says gold. Pile of gold for mustard seed of faith. General Sorrow says Oz.
Yep. No.
Jehovah's Daughter says pot of gold. That was the specificity I was looking for. Yes, I've covered all of these. Mountains, clouds, frogs, lobsters, snakes. So much rainbow stuff. Everything's rainbow. Spider webs are rainbow. Records are rainbow. So many things are rainbow now. It's ridiculous. So, pile of gold. Kenrad says good pot. The land of Oz, says General Czar. Pot of gold for preliminal. Gold pot, says Kenraz. Philo says a pot of gold. Pot of gold, says General Sorrow. Oh, pot of gold. Yes, says Mustard Seed of Faith. Nice sleigh lay. Pot of gold for Deborah Willard. Pot of gold and a leprechaun, says Ryogami. Goldschlages, says Philo. San Francisco, says General Sorrow. Pot of gold, says David, a.k.a. Logan Freeman. Okay. Jeff, do you concur? Pot of gold?
Yeah.
Well, it was for me, too. Gold pot, says Go-Kart Bob. Yes, here is that game. Shillelagh. Ah, gotcha. Here is the part that could be a Mandela or the result of the telephone game. I have only ever seen, as in references or art, things like that, heard and been told that you can find a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. And while you can still find references to the pot of gold all over the place, that is not the actual myth. Yes or no? Do you recall a slightly alternate myth concerning the end of the rainbow? If you say yes, tell me what it is. If you say no, just say no. Jeff, do you recall a slightly different myth than there being a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow?
No. Just the pot of gold.
Jehovah's daughter Barbara just says, oh, she said no, but before she said boo. A dwarf with an axe.
Oh, yeah, that was it.
Not the movie Leprechaun. Deborah Willard is also no. Looking for fools, looking for gold, says General Sorrow. It was a pot of gold and a leprechaun only, says Ryu.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the song? I'm looking. I missed Super Mario Brothers song. Oh, I don't even know what song that is. Spandu Ballet True. Maybe if I heard it.
Oh, you know it. Everybody knows that song.
Okay.
I know this much is true from the 80s.
Hey, Mr. Super Sidewinder, who says no. And Go-Kart Bob says, and a leprechaun protecting the pot. David, a.k.a. Logan Freeman, says no. Angels Don't Fall says 16 virgins. All right, we can go on. Like I said, I think I found the first St. Paddy's Day Mandela. It turns out that the myth isn't really a pot of gold, but pieces of gold. No mention of a pot or a leprechaun.
Typical Mandela.
Mm-hmm.
Changes it ever so slightly so there can be doubt cast upon what we remember.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I included that image because the Bitcoin has two lines. When it's, it's supposed to be like a dollar sign. That's what I did. We do cover new animals. We cover them. It's just that I haven't gotten to my email, and I was sent over 100 of them by John Nada. So that's going to be a bit.
Oh.
Last question. Have you ever seen these before? And if you have, what are these? These are real. This is not AI art. Have you ever seen these before? And if yes, what are they? Like I said, you can still find pictures of the pot of gold, but the original myth does not have the pot of gold or the leprechaun. So that is definitely a reality shift for me. No, those are not brass. Those are gold, Noise Guru. Those are gold. Unless they're the replicas. The replicas are made of brass. Deborah Willard says no. Angels Don't Fall says it was always a pot, like a black kettle, only it's gold and full of gold. The pot can be green too, because gold actually is green in a few ways. Mr. Super Sidewinder says it was a pot of gold, no leprechaun. General Sorrow says no to this. Goose's golden eggs? Nope. Only pieces of gold now. Also, that pic is pieces of gold. Yes, you're catching on. They look like gold melted drops into the water. Possible. Gold M&Ms, bowling chips. That's just wrong, says Jehovah's daughter Barbara. David, a.k.a. Logan Freeman, says, nope, dragon scales. All right, guys, I'm going to tell you what they are. Let's go. I have never seen or heard of Celtic rainbow cups before. Have you? Yes or no in the chat. Have you ever heard of Celtic rainbow cups?
I haven't.
I haven't either. They are the coins said to be found at the end of the rainbow. Ancient cupped coins made of gold. Jehovah's Daughter is a no. Angels Don't Fall, no. Deborah Willard, no. Preliminal, no. DD74 Kenraz, nope. General Sorrow, no. Philo says no, like Reese's. No. And I find it interesting that they're called rainbow cups. Of course they are. We can go on. Mr. Super Sidewinder is a nope. Ryogamine is a no. They came in many sizes, but the average is about 2 inches in diameter. Many replicas exist, but the real ones are few and far between. Some are silver as well, and each has their own imprint. Some have no imprint. Some are just, plain solid gold. But they're always cupped, and that's why they're called rainbow cups. Hang on, Jeff. To be clear, I am paraphrasing. This is the current myth. Only on a Sunday, a child who finds the end of the rainbow may find a piece of gold. Single piece of gold. A rainbow cup at the end of the rainbow. I have never heard this myth before.
No, me either.
Never, ever, 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 ever. And it says 2,000-year-old Celtic hoard of gold, rainbow cups discovered in Germany. Has anyone ever heard this version of St. Patrick's Day of finding the gold at the end of the rainbow? A single piece, maybe two. And it's a child, and it's on a Sunday. Let's see. It was always either gold coins or nuggets in my reality. Totally new to me for the Deborahs. For Deborah and Barbara. The Deborahs. Why did I say that? For Barbara and Deborah. Barbara again says no. Must Be a Face says I was really into superstitions as a kid. Had a dictionary superstition, specifically Irish folklore. This isn't one I know about at all. Nope, nada for David, a.k.a. Logan Freeman. And Angels Don't Fall says, kind of looks like what the pot was filled with.
Yep.
Splatter says, heck no. Sorry, YouTube. Stamped with the corporate logo. Celtic in Germany, what? Right? Exactly. Well, exactly. Mr. Super Sidewinder says, no. I have to get tea, so later all, if you're gone when I get back, have a good one. You too, General Sorrow, and thank you again. Never heard of that. What kind of mic am I? Huh? Yeah, is what? Mike? Reality are you in? I could see. Looks like ingots. Ingots are solid, like bars for me. Maybe that's because of Harry Potter. Nope, not ever, says David, a.k.a. Logan. Let's see. All right, we can go on. Look at some more pictures. Oh, rainbow cups, the Celtic pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. No pot of gold, no buried pot of gold, because some of them said buried. No leprechaun, no shamrocks, just a coin, maybe two, at the bottom of a rainbow, found on a Sunday by a fortunate child. A coin called a rainbow cup that I have never seen or heard of before. Is this new for you? Because it's totally new for me. Interesting. Noise Guru says ingots are what we call metal scrap. Oh, Mick. Mick slang for Irish. Gotcha. Gotcha, Philo. See, I thought it was a bar as well, Philo. But that could be from seeing it and seeing one being called an ingot on Harry Potter. Ancient ruble, says Preliminal. So what do you think? Could this be a St. Paddy's Day Mandela effect? Or do you think the tradition was passed down and morphed over the centuries to leprechaun pot of gold? Because both stories still exist. I just have never heard of this alternate one. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Oh, and I've also never seen rainbow cups, which are coins, before. Those are new as well. Jency, welcome back to the chat. Jency's here.
Welcome, Jency. All right, so we're going to show a rewind.
How about you pick one? How about I pick one from St. Paddy's Day?
All right, we only have time for one, though.
I know. Let me pick a good one. I'll try to pick one we haven't seen in a long time. Sound good?
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe let the chat pick. I want them to pick. Do you guys want to see some random old one from March? Or do you want to stick with the theme and me pick something rainbow that we haven't seen in a while? And then tell me what the chat says while I look.
All right. Hi, angels don't fall.
Rainbow theme or old one from March? What are they saying, Jeff?
Angels don't fall says rainbow. Nobody else answered yet.
I'm looking in the March folders. I'm seeing if I can find any rainbows in March, but there isn't. Well, since angels don't fall answered, I'm going to go with rainbow. Let's see if I can find one that we haven't seen in a long time. This is a good one. This is from January of 2020. Jeff, you have to go to Messenger for it.
All right, give me a minute.
Take your time. Okay, so Philo also said rainbow.
And no Super Mario Brothers. I do not remember that movie. I have to check that out.
Tomboy. I do not remember Tomboy, but I agree. Tommy Boy was amazing. Classic. Love Tommy Boy.
Me too. Especially the residue for Luke, I am your father in there. Well, that's a long one.
You don't think we can get through that quickly?
Well, we could try.
We can do our best.
But you got to read it. I can't right now.
Yeah, the first part is fast. The first part of it is super fast. Okay. Oh, shoot. I just removed Jeff from the stage by accident. Sorry about that, Jeff. Didn't mean to do that. It jumped. It's like the box popped up and jumped over to you. Instead of adding this to the stage, it removed you. Okay. Here we go, guys. Final one of the night. Rainbow Reality Discoveries, Volume 444. Because at this point, I was just done. There was so much rainbow stuff, it was ridiculous. All right, let's go. The Imager account, It's Amazing, decided one day to place a drop of liquid from everyday things we ingest and let them air dry on a microscope slide. He added nothing else to the slides. So, for example, that is what pina colada looks like. I'm showing you that everyday stuff under a microscope looks rainbow. Kind of crazy. Solids were mixed with isopropyl alcohol. The results were crazy considering a lot of the liquids were completely clear. Okay. Jeff, go ahead. So USA beer is on the top and Guinness is on the bottom. Rainbows. Rainbows in the beer. White Russian, not so white. And vodka and tonic. Looks like Rainbow Records. Vitamin C versus vitamin A. Vitamin C is psychedelic rainbow, and vitamin D, not A, is holographic rainbow. Yep, I have to take my medicine. Read that. All right, tequila is rainbow, and aspirin is more pastel rainbow. Microscopic rainbows are cool. But what if I told you there's a place where you can taste the rainbow island? I was the first to cover this. Many places have covered this since, but if you haven't seen it, excuse you. 3:43 in the morning with your motorcycle. Sorry about that, guys. Hormuz, it was Hormuz, by the way. It's now Hormuz, but it was Hormuz when I covered this. And even my writing says Hormuz, but I think you're going to see Hormuz somewhere in there as well. The Rainbow Island of, there it is, Hormuz. Do you see it? You see? Can you see that, Jeff? I'm not losing it, right? The first line says UZ, yeah. The second line says OZ.
Mm-hmm.
The Rainbow Island of Hormuz, seeing it a lot as Hormuz as well, in Iran is downright beautiful, but also a magical place where the mountains are edible.
Now, I have to say, that's a pattern too that we see with the Mandela effect. The U changing to the O, like in Colombia, is now Colombia.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. The island is the only place in the world where the earth is edible. The red earth is used as a spice in nearly all of the locals' dishes. The multicolored earth is used by locals to create gigantic yet intricate temporary works of art on the beach. Here's more pictures of them. This is insane how colorful their dirt and sand is.
Yeah, how?
And they eat the dirt. That's just crazy. Crazy to me. Philo says, imagine if it tasted like Kool-Aid powder. And speaking of beaches, the island is also famous for its silver, black, and red beaches. The island is also the largest supplier of pure red sand to the world. I mean, look how red. I purposely used pictures of people so you could see that the color is not altered. That is the color of the sand.
That's weird.
So weird. But there's even more to this island. Salt beds, the giant salt goddess, and 2 rainbow salt caves can be explored when visiting the island, which is a major tourist attraction. And we're going to get into these caves. Like I said, this entire island is rainbow. Good. The island's salt goddess is a towering mountain of salt where tourists and locals meditate and relax. It's said to absorb negative energy. The Valley of Statues is a completely different landscape of uniquely shaped rock and water pools. And the rock was carved by wind and water and glaciers. And here's some more pictures of that area. So you can see the intricate carvings that Mother Nature did. Keep going. There's you again, because I'm telling you, it was Hormuz, and then when I went to put it together, I saw the O. Hormuz Portuguese castle doesn't look like much from outside, but inside, the vaulted hallways are stunning. This looks like a little mountain, and inside it's like a castle or a Gothic church. Oh, skipped one. Oh, it's more pictures of inside. The island has 2 salt caves. One which is known as the Rainbow Cave with purples, greens, yellows, and blue patterns. Here's some pictures. More pictures. Looks like it's bleeding.
Yep. Oh, that one's really cool.
Yeah, I told you it's a rainbow cave. I didn't get when you get to the rainbow pictures, it's kind of crazy. The Rainbow Valley and Saffron River looks like a painting. The river is a river of yellow salt, not a liquid. I mean, the colors are just insane.
Yeah. That's even weirder that it's a salt, not a liquid.
No, the weirdest part is all of this stuff is on one island.
Yeah.
That is the Yellow Salt River, the Saffron River. Saffron. Good. So here's more pictures of paintings of them. That is the island from an aerial view or satellite view. For the tourists, they take all the different colors of the sand and dirt and put them into bottles to make art to sell. The colors are wild. It's crazy to me. More pictures inside the Rainbow Cave. It looks like crayons. You know, like when you take crayons and you melt them down?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I see, at least. Is that the last one?
Yeah.
See, I told you that wasn't going to take as long as you thought. Giant jawbreaker swirls. Yes, I could see that too. Guys, just really quickly before we go, first of all, thank you for being here. Thank you again to General Sorrow. General Sorrow did a super chat earlier. I do want to let you know, because I see a lot of you were not at Brian's show last night. I don't know if you saw the show with Brian last night. We had some major changes happen in our life that, so basically we got another 15 days to vacate letter. The landlord threatened to evict us in 15 days if we didn't make another payment. We agreed to make another payment, so I think we're okay there, but Joey lost his job, and his tax refund that we were expecting a couple thousand was flagged. It sat in processing forever, and they amended it. Basically, we lost the child tax credit, and he's only getting a couple hundred. And we were planning on using that money to finish up February and pay for March, because we're also falling behind in all our other bills, like the internet and mainly the electric. The electric is so expensive because that's all we have. We don't have gas. We don't have oil. It's all electric. So if the electric goes out, we can't cook. We can't wash. We can't do anything. So I asked Jeff to increase the GoFundMe amount, and we're extending it because until Joey finds another job, we are absolutely screwed. There's no way around that. I don't know what we're going to do because the landlord was expecting. We told him how much the refund was going to be, and he's angry and doesn't believe us, and we even showed him the proof. So he believes us now, I guess, but at first he was angry, and he's still angry. He wants his money, and I can't fault him for that. He should get his money, and we're going to try our best to get his money to him any way we possibly can. But that is why the GoFundMe has an update, is more money, and is being extended. So if you can, please share it with anyone that you can, because the more eyes to see it, the better, because I know everyone's hurting right now, and we didn't expect this turn of events to happen. That's basically it. I just wanted to let you guys know what was going on with that, and to thank you all for everything, for the prayers, for donating, for sharing it. I really can't thank you guys enough. You are absolutely the best. I have the best community on YouTube. I know I've said it before, but you really are absolutely the best. You mean so much to me. I just want to say thank you again. And so, Jeff, can you do a shout out so I can stop crying? I guess the scrolling means yes.
Yeah. There's only so much I could see, though, so let's see.
Wait, before you start. Go-Kart Bob says, quit giving the landlord money and move. I can't afford to. Our rent is only, well, it's $10.90, but with the late fee, it's $11.25. the rents in our area are for even like even if it went down to a one bedroom, the one bedrooms are 1700. We have a two bedroom because of little Joey. They're over $2,000 now. We cannot afford to move. We can't afford the rents. If I moved to get a comparable rent, we have to move to areas of Philadelphia where you have to have bars on your windows and doors and there's gunfights every day. I can't move. Sorry, go on.
All right, we have General Sorrow, Noise Guru, Deborah Willard, Ken Raz.
Hi, Ed Hen. Good to see you.
Hey, Ed Hen. Michael Fontaine was here. Jehovah's Daughter Barbara. Splatter. Preliminal. Follow Fire. Super Mario Brothers. Angels Don't Fall. RRFTB. Ed Hen. And Mustard Seed of Faith. Go Kart Bob. David, a.k.a. Logan Freeman. Grand Tour Richard. I think that's it. Oh, no. Ryugamin Mikado.
We also had a few new people today, but the problem is when we scroll up, it doesn't let us see earlier. You got Deborah, you got Gen C.
Yeah, Gen C. I forgot Gen C.
Gen C, I'm scrolling up. There was someone new tonight. Did you get David?
Yeah.
Mr. Super Sidewinder?
No.
Honest Hunter O'Brien?
Nope.
All right. Did you get Splatter?
Jason Hackett. I did get Splatter, yes.
Jason Hackett. That was the one I was looking for. I know there were more here tonight. I can only scroll up to 3:48 a.m. Mr. Super Sidewinder, looking for Moonbows. So 10 minutes. That's all I can see.
Yep, I did.
All right. Well, everyone, thank you again for being here. Thank you for everything. Thank you again to General Sorrow, who was here earlier. Oh my gosh, Splatter just said it's $2,400 for a bachelor suite. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's like a one bedroom or a studio. Either way, that's insane. Yeah, moving is not really an option. Oh, General Sorrow is still here. Good. Thank you again. All right, guys. Well, you have a wonderful night. We'll see you tomorrow night. Jeff, are you going to be on the show tomorrow night?
I'm hoping so. I'm not sure. If I am, I'll probably join a little later on.
Okay. Later is better than not at all.
Yeah.
Well, everyone, as always, I hope you have a wonderful night. Get some sleep and go to bed if it's nighttime for you like it is for us. And if not, have a wonderful day. Happy St. Patrick's Day. You want to say goodnight?
Good night, everybody, and thanks for checking us out tonight. We appreciate it.
Yes,
and thanks for all your support for Sandy as well.
Thank you, Jess.
You're welcome.
All links will be in my description of a couple minutes after the show. Good night, everyone.
Night, everyone.
Smash the tube, smash the tube, smash the tube, smash the tube. Turn the strap off, 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 please turn it off. Why must we watch Friends? 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 I've seen this show about 1,000,000 times. Not even funny when I'm drunk or high. Why must we watch Friends? 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 I'm telling you now for the 100th time. To change the channel, this show is a crime. Why must we watch Friends? 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 That laugh track is so annoying to me. They wouldn't need it if the show was funny. Why must we watch Friends? 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 There's so much better ways to spend my day than watch TV sing down a cat so smelly. Why must we watch Friends? 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 Why must we watch Friends?